everyone, and welcome to another episode of Foolish Minds. Once again, I'm your host, Kevin.
And I'm Lou.
And I'm just going to start off this episode by saying I'm very, very, very sorry about the delay in the episodes. I had some technical difficulties with OBS. We were trying out different methods on recording.
Tell them our methods, Kevin?
It's not a secret. I mean,
it's kind of a secret.
It's a little bit of a secret. No, I had problems figuring out the configuration settings with OBS because I thought it'd be better because we were using some lame technology software named Audacity and
budget cuts.
They hurt us. So it was edited kind of weird. We played it back and it kind of sounded like screeching, Norwegian folk metal song.
I mean, it sounded like what a computer or like a machine would sound like if it was.
It sounded like dial-up. For all my 90s babies out there, it sounded like dial-up.
I don't know. Dial-up sounded kind of like comforting to me. That sounded like something from hell. It sounded like your laptop was possessed with an electronic spirit.
Bottom line, the last week's episode, we have it unedited, so we're gonna get that edited soon and hopefully up this week. But we decided to go ahead and record for this week. But anyway, so how was your day, Lou?
Oh fuck, where do I get started? I guess we could start with the fact that I woke up late, and by the time you were in front of my house,
Thank you for that, by the way.
I was still in the shower.
Is that what it was?
I was still in the shower.
Why'd you sound upset when I picked you up then? When I kept calling you, like, hold up!
Oh, I was just like, hold up, because you kept calling and my mom's asleep, so I didn't want you to wake her up. So I was like, shut the fuck up, Kevin. And I knew like if you kept calling and I didn't answer, then you'd just be like, I guess I'll just leave because he's asleep.
For those wondering, my morning routine usually consists of going to the gym, and about 9 o'clock-ish, 9:05, I'm already on my way to his house to pick him up to go to school. And don't get the wrong idea, but as I'm close to his house, I'm at a red light. I'm totally not driving. I'm at a red light. I start texting him, and it'll just start off with the hey, and then by the time I get to the next red light or next time I get to stop, I'll be like, hi, and then followed by another opportunity to text safely. I'll say another hey. Anyway, it was street cleaning, so I managed to park instead of waiting on the street with my emergency lights on. And I'm just like, wow, he hasn't responded. It's been 10 minutes. He hasn't responded. Where could he be? I call him. I'm eating my Danimals yogurt.
Stop plugging things, dog. They're gonna.
It's another sponsor, really, Danimals? No, but I was eating my Danimals and he still wouldn't answer, and I was kind of getting upset because I was like, if he was asleep, I'd rather I don't know. I wish I had some psychic capabilities to know he's asleep so I can not waste my time going to your house.
Right, just leave.
But I was actually gonna leave. I really was.
I know. I knew you weren't. I know. I've been in this situation before.
What?
Like people picking me up and I'm like late or I'm.
And they just bounce.
No, or sometimes. I mean, it's happened once or twice. But I mean, I've been in the situation where I call them and I answer when they call and I'm just like, yeah, I'm going. And they're like, okay, cool, because I was about to leave, and I'm just like, fucking on time.
Nice.
Save the date. Yeah.
Did you go to sleep late?
Yeah. My mom, she watches her movies and she has to have the whole surround sound system on, and the speakers just happen to be right next to where I sleep, on my nightstand thingy. So
let's be realistic here. If you spend money on the surround sound, you gotta use it every single time.
She didn't spend money on it.
She got it for free.
Technically, yeah.
She won a bet.
No.
How'd she get it for free?
Call it breakup collateral.
From the Beast?
Yeah, the Beast.
Nice.
For anybody just wondering, my mom dated the Beast from the X-Men. Not the actor that plays the Beast in some of the lovely X-Men movies, but rather the real life Beast. If you're listening, the Beast, you were missed.
He was a pretty cool guy.
He was cool.
Anyway, I want to bring up something that just happened yesterday, Sunday the 29th. I had a friend named Felix pass by my work where he used to work as well, and he looked up something on YouTube while I was helping a customer, and when I turned back to the screen, I was shook. It really was. It was it was our diabetes videos from high school.
Yeah.
We had a class, microbiology, with Miss Desso. It was me, Mario, and Felix, and I don't really remember what the topic or what the subject.
Also me. I know he doesn't like to include me in things just like back then, but that's okay.
I was about to get there. I don't know what the learning subject or learning criteria was for that specific time of year, but we had to make a diabetes video, and Lou over here wasn't in our class. Period.
Well, I was at the start of the semester. Remember, because I was in that class, but I decided that I wanted more free periods, so I took that off, and now it became a free period for me.
And so we went ahead and did the project, all 3.5 of us. Lou wasn't really present for most of it. He was just more of the type that said, give me what I have to do, I'll show up when I have to do it, and I'll do what I have to do, and then I'll leave a bounce, because he was more interested in being with women than he did with his grades, which is, for example, he'd rather have more free periods to have the time with women than to be learning about diabetes. It's very cringy, and I honestly 100% swear that I'll only link it to you guys if I get enough people to convince me to link it. Because
we want you to smash that like button. We want you to subscribe, like, rewatch, re-listen to all of this shit. I want to know people are listening. You guys, because I know some of you listen. So let us know that you listen.
So let's be realistic. We got about 60 views last video.
About.
If I can get 30 of you people to like the video, then I'll link my diabetes cringy video. And
the start of our careers.
The start of our careers, or our entertaining careers. Yeah. So I was just watching it over Felix, and it was just very nice to like reflect, because watching all the halls in high school where I used to roam freely, used to be free, carefree and happy-ish, and maybe very nostalgic, hanging out with, like, seeing Mario so unswole.
Yeah, he looks really, like, thin, dude.
He looks thin, but now he looks thin but swole,
He's not thin. Now he's built.
He's muscular.
Yeah, he's a little.
But then he was just skinny.
Yeah, he was like a twig, dude.
Felix was skinny. I can say that because, Felix was calling it out.
I was hella skinnier. Like, I was looking at it. And
you look at Lou now and you look at Lou high school.
For any Final Fantasy fans or anybody just listening, Google Final Fantasy 14 fat chocobo. That's what I look like. I look like a fat chocobo.
Less cute though.
That's arguable. Like
up for argument. Anyway,
I don't know. A lot of the girls there to say that I'm cute. I'm sorry. I'm fucking dead. I'm sorry. I wasn't specific. I'm sorry. I had to backlash. I'm sorry, you sweet, lovable bastard.
So watching the video with Felix kind of made me very nostalgic. I was just taken aback because it was just memories. I at the back of my head, I knew they existed. I knew they were still on YouTube, but it was just something that I haven't seen in a while, and it just watching like little bits that we added in at the time for comedic effect was still funny to me now. Yeah. Maybe not funny for the reason it's actual
like
comedy.
The content. Yeah, it's just.
But
like
because
we're dumbasses.
We're so stupid, and we thought that was funny that I laughed. I was like, I remember being so innocent and carefree and like not a care in the world.
Not trying to kill yourself every day.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
It was insane, and what did you think? I linked it to you.
Well, that's the funny thing. I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot that I was even in it. So when I played it, I was like, am I even in this video? And then I saw that it was. I totally forgot about it. I forgot we did it. What grade did you guys get on that?
98%. It was a pity grade. I'm pretty sure it was a pity grade.
I mean, Miss Dessel was a really nice lady. She was always helping and carrying. For anybody wondering what just happened, Kevin just took his shirt off. And as you know, Kevin goes to the gym, so he's really built. So, looking at his hard rock abs just got me a little wet.
Yeah, so I think Miss Dessa was way too laid back. I'm pretty sure that's the reason she left, because we took advantage of her.
No, okay. I mean,
Be realistic. We took advantage of her.
no, we didn't. All right. First of all, the reason she left, we can go. We can talk about other stuff. We can kind of not get in depth, but I mean, like, we could. There's also the you have to think how many other teachers have left in that high school. Like, it wasn't specifically her. You know, a lot of teachers left for different reasons, and like, you know, the school, what they're trying to do, it's just like also booting off teachers. I don't think she left because we took advantage of her. I think she left because, I mean, fuck that school.
Yeah, fuck VAPA. Ever since
Whoa, I didn't name drop.
We introduced where we went to high school before.
Did
yeah,
I
we did.
I don't know. I actually I love that school, even though it wasn't the best. But it gave us what we needed. I feel.
And the interesting part is the fact that, you know, looking through that video and just seeing the high school from like an outsider's perspective, I guess. I can't really say that because my brother and my sister go to the same school.
Yeah.
So I'm there a little bit more constantly than people who moved on.
Oh yeah, I haven't been there in a while.
But like being able to rewatch it and like being able to kind of relive all the times I was there personally without like having the association of my brother and my sister was pretty nice to me. And you know, you guys can do this too, but if you go through the account that has that diabetes video, there's also other stuff we did on that thing.
Did you?
Yeah, I had.
I wasn't in any other stuff, right? I think that's the only video I did.
I think that was the only video you were in, but the rest it was just
because you guys excluded me all the time, and
no, you just didn't want to associate yourself with
that.
us.
Is not okay. Well, you know what?
You put women over the rest of us. Is that true or false?
You want to go there, Kevin?
You
want to open that can of worms?
No, I don't. Yes, I do.
Make up your mind.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know. What's something that you kind of miss from high school?
Something I miss from high school?
Yeah.
And the answer is not women? Okay, no. Let me think about it.
You actually just reminded me of
what?
When you told me that you used to pull women left and right until I started mentioning you're a disgusting asshole.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm a disgusting asshole. I'm thinking. I don't know. I guess just I never had I never had like a comfortable situation at home. My living arrangements. I don't know, whatever. So going to school, it was like a safe place, you know. So and not to mention the routine that it would put you in, you know. It would give you a routine, structure, you know. The bell, you go there, and I loved it. I loved going to school, but for the wrong reasons, you know. I went socially, and that's all I cared about was making friends. So. The thing I miss about high school is just, you know, getting along with everybody. Like, walking on through the halls and, like, people yelling, Daniel, or any other nickname, you know, that I would have. Or, you know, put them upon myself. And, you know, the hugs and seeing everybody and having that, like, I don't know how to explain it.
The familiarity?
Yeah, you know, every day seeing Miss Fowler, you know, in her room.
Mr. Kenyon.
You know, Mr. Kent.
R.I.P. Mr. Kenyon.
Love you, Kenyon.
It was just a sense of we didn't know what we wanted at the time.
It felt like it gave me a sense of family, I suppose, that I didn't feel.
Something I appreciate about VAPA that probably shaped me in the way I am right now is the fact that everyone was so accepting.
Yeah.
Me and Lou went in 2009 when it first came in, like first constructed. And it was a new high school. Everyone was new. No one knew each other. There was no such thing as cliques. Kind of. People came in from the same middle school and people came from the same high school. But still, it was just super friendly, super open. You were safe to be who you were. I think at the time we were like one of the high schools that was known to be like a gay, like a safe zone for gay people, like gay, lesbian, LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was just nice to have that sense of community, like you said, and that's something I will always miss because. But that's also something that I kind of don't miss. Is it sheltered me so much, because you're so involved in this tiny world of yours in high school that you're so safe that when you go back to the real world,
somebody says something mean, you're just like, wait, what? Yeah.
No one's ever been that mean to me.
Yeah.
But it's not even just that. It's just there's no such thing as community. Well, at least I never felt it in college, and some people don't. And
I think that's what we're trying to do here, though. I mean, even with this,
and we'll always reiterate that. We'll always reiterate that this podcast is to create that sense of community that you're probably lacking from wherever you are, and it's just safe space. But yeah, that's something I definitely miss from high school.
Definitely. Fun fact: that school was opened on the 9th, I believe, on September, on exactly 999. The date was 999.
September 9th, 2009.
Yeah,
Central Los Angeles High School,
and
number 9.
And the name was... And I think class also started at 9.
No.
Or was it at 8? I don't
remember. Still at 8.
I don't remember.
It's not that cool.
So long, Kevin. No, but I just...
You feel... You
I was just like, that's so funny. Yeah, because all the 9s that just lined up that day, it was just kind of weird.
Anyway, let's get into something that you guys have requested. Our weekly professor update.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
Because it seems like every week a professor gives us like something to like
talk about. Something to question.
Okay, so today, what did he say, Daniel?
I totally forgot. I'm so sorry.
It was something with no homo.
Oh yeah, the no homo. Because he made a comment to I don't want to say his name, but he to the guy he keeps making stand up.
The student, yeah.
Jay.
Was it Jay? Yeah, Jay.
I don't remember what he said to him.
Okay, I think it was something along the lines of like, "I love you, Jay," and he was laughing, and then he just quickly like, he like stood no really, he stood really erect. He's like, "No homo," it's California.
Interesting choice of words there, Kevin.
He was just kind of like, I mean, it's Southern California. You have to say no homo. I was like, what do you mean you have to say no homo?
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Like,
I was just very. Like, it was just. I looked over at Lou and I was just kind of like, hey man, another. Old school thinker more proof that he's an old school thinker.
Right.
Not that it bothers me. I mean, it was kind of weird.
I just find it interesting. Like, 'cause that man is hilarious.
He's funny. He just has these comments that make him, questionable to other people.
Yeah, they're questionable.
I mean, does it make him any less funny? No. Does he teach any less better? Just because you're not learning doesn't mean you're not learning because of his homophobe.
You, dude. I'm so salty about not turning in that assignment.
Oh, context for that comment. It's currently 7:26 p.m. and Lou was just adamant because he wants to be put in charge of editing the lost episode, I'm gonna call it. And he was just like, you know what, man, I'm gonna do this, but I really gotta turn in my homework. But by the time we noticed that the deadline was passed, the deadline was at 5. It was 6:30, and I was all like, well, you have all the time now. Why? What's stopping you? And he was kind of upset. Were you upset?
Upset isn't. Fuck you. I wouldn't say upset. It was more like I was furious. I really wanted to do the homework. I'm trying to actually do things the way I'm supposed to. Turn in my homework.
Trying to do things right.
Yeah, I want to say right. But I'm trying to do things, I'm trying to do things right, whatever. I'm trying to do my homework, take notes, and get good grades in my class for once. So, it pissed me off that I totally forgot that. I don't know if we were excited to record or what it was on our minds that we just kind of like, it just went over our heads. I think it's the fact that like, he kind of, most of the assignments, he makes it due the next day at 5 o'clock. So I guess in the back of my head, I subconsciously thought it was due tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and I just didn't realize that it was due today. So that's cool. I just missed 10 points.
You were just
the start of this chapter, so
you were just too comfortable with the way he had things set out before that.
He kind of threw me a curveball, I guess, but I should have expected that curveball, so it's cool. I gotta remember. Give myself more sense of urgency. I didn't give myself that sense of urgency that like it was. I needed to do it at 5 o'clock.
Right. Like
we should have stayed at school and like do it there, but we didn't.
I think I should have just because I didn't realize I didn't have Excel.
Yeah, you didn't even know.
Nope. So that's my fault.
We're learning from our own mistakes.
Anyway, this segments into this this leads into our next segment, our very favorited college segment. I just do want to start off this segment by saying, guys, please remember to turn in your FAFSA.
Yes.
For all those people that have been in college for any number of years now and done this before, this year was the first year they kind of opened the FAFSA so early. I think it was back in October. But just remember that the application's due by June 30th.
Yes.
And it's due by midnight, I believe. So just please make sure that you're doing your FAFSA. So
every time you feel like you're comfortable and you got it, you're like, I got time. No, that's happened to me, and I lose track of time, and then you forget. I mean, just like today, what happened with our homework. So remember to do that as soon as you can.
Right. So
it's really important.
Anyway, a question we got in this week was, does the freshman 15 exist?
I hate this question because I feel like this is one of the most common questions that high school and upcoming college students have. Yes, it does exist. It very much does exist. For me, specifically, it felt more like a freshman, 200 pounds. But I think, have you certainly felt the freshman 15 impact?
I definitely felt it too, and don't be afraid of it. I think the common thing is, don't get into your head that you're gonna gain 15 pounds, because that also leads to bad habits like not eating.
Yeah.
If you're dorming, you're gonna be introduced to a cafeteria that holds a buffet of different foods. So that was my problem. I gained weight because of that. I had pizza and burgers on the same night every night, and it was just not good for me. I had brownies with Pepsi Cherry. It was bad. It was really bad, and it was just because I didn't get those a lot. At least at home, I didn't really get to have so many things at once.
Right.
So for me, it was just like, dude, I gotta eat all of this right now.
Or what you wanted.
Or what I wanted.
Right, yeah.
If I didn't like what my parents cooked for me that night, I had to either not eat or eat.
Yeah, I hate that one. It's just like, this is the menu. You're either gonna eat or you're gonna fucking go home.
Or if you want a snack, my mother would say, I'd be like, hey, Mom, is there anything to eat? Like, I have frijoles. There's beans.
I mean, beans are bomb as fuck.
But that's the thing. If I say I don't want beans, then she'll be like, then you're not hungry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, they have a point when they say that.
And for commuters, this applies to you too in a different sense, that if you're going to be traveling a lot during the day, make sure you're being conscious of what you eat. I had a friend who commuted to CSUN every day and only ate Panda Express, and he gained the freshman 15 as well. It's just, it comes in different ways. It's just, you don't see it coming. Just because you're commuting, you don't. Because some commuters believe that they won't get it because they're not at the cafeteria.
Because they're commuting and stuff.
Commuting because they'll be eating out. But, there's different ways to gain it. It's just, there's no kind of fixed schedule you have for yourself when you're in college, that you eat pretty much whenever, but you don't really get to keep track of how much you're eating.
I think it also has to do with the sleep deprivation.
Yeah, and you can't eat past 10 o'clock.
You can't eat, yeah, and then you if you're gonna eat I don't know, vegetables or something, because people get hungry, that happens. But that's also one thing. Don't eat when you're hungry, not when you're bored, not when you can't jack off in the room because your roommates are in the room.
Drink water. That's actually the
water.
That's my advice for you. If you want to be able to if you want to know if you're hungry or not,
right,
drink water. If you don't feel hungry after you drink water, then congratulations, keep going with your day. But just make sure you're actually hungry, and that way you can avoid the freshman 15. Yes, but if you're an admirer of foods, then eat away, my friend.
Yeah.
We'll have another segment on how to lose the weight.
after we get that to ourselves.
Pretty, yeah. Well, that segment is in the works.
Yeah, work in progress.
And that's about it. That's all I can think about for that. Yeah. For that question.
All right.
You have anything to add to it?
No, but we can transition to our AMA of the week because we only apparently got one. That's okay, even though I don't think we released. I think the lost video was where I kept saying so adamantly to send us AMAs. So they haven't heard it. So if they're hearing this first, this is the first time I'm reminding them.
But send us more questions, please.
Yes, we want make you kind of decide what the content goes on here. You got something big that you want us to discuss? Let us know, and we'll do a whole episode on it if we can, or if we have enough knowledge.
As much as it's nice to, as much as it's nice to see 60 plays on our video, it doesn't mean much to us when there's hardly any likes or any comments or any questions being sent to us. We want feedback. We want to know what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right.
Hell, if you got some shit to say it. Like I don't care. Like, just we want to know that people are like there. Don't just.
Oh, trust me, we'll get to the hate comment. Like we'll read hate comment sections. Like I can't wait till we get to that. I want to prepare for it.
I just want people to call me a fat bitch already, so I can just be like, I know. I just Superman this shit. All right. So our question this week, from our very, very lovely friend Stephanie. If you were to choose one superhero, who would you be? Let's start with you, because I got to think about that.
For those who know me,
and I think let's just go with like hero and not villains, because I mean if we were just talk about like the whole universe in general, my choice would probably be a villain. So I guess we could either specifically a superhero.
Oh, the question did say specifically. Yeah. Personally, I gotta. If you know me, you should know this answer, but it's my boy Plastic Jason.
I'm just kidding.
It's not Plastic Man.
I'm just kidding.
It's
you make a terrible Plastic Man.
It's your boy Jason Todd, aka Red Hood, aka Boy Wonder that was hated by thousands and had voted to kill him off.
Aka spoiler alert, he dies. And then comes back to life.
And then he dies again on the inside. For those of you who don't know, Jason Todd's the second Robin that Bruce takes on as his apprentice after Dick Grayson leaves and becomes Nightwing.
Yes.
And basically a little bit of a backstory. I think let's go from the New 52 where Jason was raised in a pretty neglectful family.
I haven't read the New 52, so you can kind of educate me here.
The New 52 is basically Jason had a drug addictive mother, and I think his father, I don't know if his father, I can't really remember if his father was there and abusive or he was not there and doesn't care. But basically, he was just he was super caught up with the law, and you know, Batman kind of noticed it and said, you know what, he has great potential. I'm gonna take him under my wing. So this one became known as the Attitude Robin, because he was just super eager to fight, and a lot of the time Batman had to kind of put him under control, because he would overdo it and like beat his criminals half to death. So, anyway, point is the Joker ends up luring him into a warehouse, tricking him into thinking he's gonna go see his mom. Then the Joker proceeds to beat him with a crowbar and leaves him to die. And he would have lived because Batman was on his way, but you know it blew up and he died. And Batman considers that his greatest failure. And he came back as the Red Hood, and his only mission as the Red Hood really was to kill the Joker. But the Batman wouldn't let him, and you know Jason Todd was just super upset, saying like, "Why would you? I thought I meant something to you. I thought if you really cared about me, you would have killed the person that took me away from you." And you know the Batman gives a pretty badass speech saying, "You know, if I kill them, that doesn't make me any better than them. It just makes me them."
Right.
And because he's already a vigilante.
Yeah, he'd just be a criminal.
But actually, I kind of fell in love with Jason Todd when I was kind of going through some problems on my own. And because Jason Todd he's bipolar, and you know he suffers from depression.
Hey, can I just say something?
What?
If the Joker killed you, I'd kill him.
Thank you. Jason was pretty much like openly suicidal, and like when he's left alone, he like wants nothing more than to die. And I don't know, it's just really cool to just be able to see, like, when I was going through a depressed state myself, when I was going through depression, it's pretty cool to see a superhero more or less go through what you're going through, and you see how they're handling it. And you know, not to sound cheesy, but he had Roy Harper to help him out. You know, whenever Roy Harper's around, he would help Jason Todd out with his depression, kind of in relation to what Lou is to me. And you know, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I would choose to be Jason Todd just because he's a cool Batman with guns.
Basically.
I mean, I will openly, before anyone else calls me out on this, I am aware that Jason sucks at fighting. he's worse than Nightwing. He's worse than Red Robin, and he's probably worse than Damian Wayne. But I'm okay with that. I actually like him a lot better because he's the realist. Tim Drake's apparently some brilliant super kid, and Damian Wade is just a bastard son who was trained like an assassin, and Nightwing was just a prodigy. Jason actually feels like a fuck up, and I like that about him.
Right.
But yeah, that's mine. What about you? Who's your favorite? What hero would you be?
All right. Give me a second. No, you know what? I know. I think I know. My answer would be Doctor Strange. And the reason why is because I'm a huge like magic geek, I guess. Just the basic concept of magic, incantations and things coming out of, appearing in the thin air. And just the concept and ideas of other like dimensions and universes and stuff, and I guess I don't read Doctor Strange comics. My knowledge extends to like the Doctor Strange animated movie. I don't know the specific name. I just know it. I don't know if it's the only one, but that one and the new Doctor Strange movie with Benedict Cumberbatch, which he plays greatly, might I add. So, the reason is, like, again, I love magic. I think it's super cool. And as a stoner, like, just, like, being able to, like, see through different dimensions and travel through them, like, it seems pretty wicked. Not to mention, Doctor Strange is incredibly powerful and sometimes, like, underrated, I feel. Is not as much anymore since he's got exposure and more people are like actually finding out about him and learning about him. But he is super fucking powerful. I would rate him amongst the top 5 in the Marvel universe. I wouldn't say powerful, like because Reed Richards, I think is just more smart than powerful, but that makes him extremely powerful. But my answer would have to be Doctor Strange because just the unlimited potential and knowledge, which is something that I guess you could say I'm attracted to, knowledge, even though I'm ironically a dumb fuck. But just like learning new things and I guess the main reason why Doctor Strange wanting to be Doctor Strange would be the whole appeal of it is to know that like other dimensions exist and that there's more out there and that we're not alone and shit like that.
Right. And
also Sorcerer Supreme, like, dude, I'm fucking Sorcerer Supreme, dude. Call me Magus Verdes.
That's interesting. I wouldn't assume that you were a Doctor Strange fan, so
Hello.
I think in relation to what I said, I think I answered the question pretty well. I know I'm pretty much said why I relate to Jason Todd.
Yeah.
But in that sense, because I relate to him, it's why I would like to be him.
Yeah, well, because you see yourself in his shoes more.
Yeah, and I don't want to say that I have that I have more of a firm grasp on reality. I just think that's why I like people like in the Batman realm. Mm-hmm. Just because it's so grim, and that's how I view our current world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I feel like that's just the most relatable. Because I know some people look at comics and they kind of see like that's my getaway. It's my chance to escape this world.
But you see it like a mirror.
But I'd rather see it how it is, just because I like to be able to read about a superhero that's pretty much able to exist.
Right. Like to be like actual possible.
Because someone could really be Red Hood. Someone could be Batman.
Well, I mean. He'd be dead.
He'd be dead by now, but
because because there's no Lazarus Pit, Kevin.
And there's no Lazarus
level
Pit.
With you.
But
if I was a villain, I'd be Ra's al Ghul from the DC universe.
Well, if I was a villain, then
you'd be Red Hood.
I'd be Red Hood. Actually, that's why I pretty much like Red Hood. He falls on both sides of the line, so I'm pretty content with that.
Yeah, or like anti-hero almost.
Anti-hero, which is still a hero in itself, but not really. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks again for the questions. That one person, Stephanie, thank you. Everyone else, just please please, we want
Go
feedback.
suck a dick.
We want feedback. We want to be able to share. Next week we have a special treat. One of my friends, Becky from UC Irvine, is gonna provide a story to share on the college segment.
Is she gonna record? Send us the clip.
Yeah, she's gonna send us a clip, and
I love that. It's beautiful.
And that's something we want to be able to promote. Is if you guys want to share a story and want to be able to hear your own voice on this, please just send us a clip of you talking about your story, and it's gonna be lit. I want to be able to
put it in there. Yeah,
it's a community. We want to share your stories. We want other people to like learn from stories or laugh from stories, just so people know that this is real. This is happening.
And eventually we will have opportunities for anybody that's listening to be interested to join us here in the recording process.
Stories, just so people know that this is real. This is happening.
And eventually we will have opportunities for anybody that's listening to be interested to join us here in the recording process and become a guest, be a guest on an episode.
It should be fun, and just please like the video.
Hit that motherfucking like button.
60 views does nothing to us when I only understand 5 of you guys liked it.
Smash that like.
Just makes my crippling depression come back. So anyway,
let's not talk about her right now.
Let's not talk about.
Hey guys, sorry the recording got cut out. Thanks for listening. Make sure to stay tuned for next week's episode.